Mm. And welcome to the Glacially Musical Podcast. It is beer, metal, and swearing. Of course, I am Nick Cameron of Glacially Musical, joined by my good friend, a man who doesn't say things to me like, that's, hey, it's been a long time, stop talking about that. And then start talking about things that have been a long time ago for him, like Stanley Cups. Keefy consistency. How we doing today, buddy?
Was that your Venus flytrap voice?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it wasn't. It was like between Venus and Isaac Hayes. So I mean, I was not where I needed to be.
I mean, that's a pretty good fucking 1-2. I'm
Yeah,
okay
but it was between the two.
between the two, right? Okay. Between two ferns. I liked it. I liked it. Good times. How you doing?
I'm good. It is Thursday. My wife had a migraine, so I came home from work early.
It is Wednesday.
What did I say?
Thursday.
Shit.
I'm the one having a full meltdown. You seem to not know what day it is. This is off to a
How
great start.
how am I doing really poorly,
How,
apparently?
how apropos for a episode about people extremely high on drugs.
Okay, speaking of which, if I didn't know I could do that. Cool.
Do you know why there's a tab on cans? Do you know why the tab exists like that at all?
Dinner bell?
No, man. The tab exists to poke a straw through. You're supposed to pop the tab and then swing it around 360 and stick a straw through. Thank you for that visual aid, Keith, like sign language Keefy.
Why would I want that?
I mean, not for a beer, but for soda. That's why it was invented for soda pop. Because
Hmm,
remember, there
well,
was a period of time where cans were sealed with no
yeah, no
lid,
pops. I was gonna
and
say
you had a can. You had the little douche,
you
the
like
can poker.
for people of our age group, you used that can opener that only your fucking dad knew how to work.
That's fucking right. That's 100%. Do you
Then
still
he had
have?
an
Do you still have like a real can opener in your house?
yeah. I mean, like it's IKEA, but yeah.
Oh, it's
Then
a
my
fucking pain in the ass, man.
my father had this other one to like open cans up fully with. It was like a little blade on a little handle, and I watched him use it over and over and over. He must have got it in like 1958, and it was on his keychain till the day he died, probably. Anyway, so as we do on the Glacier Musical Podcast, we do a greeting, beer check, vinyl check, news check, shirt check, meat of the day. Meat of the day today is the soundtrack to Let's All Make Love in London. Spoiler alert, it's spoiled. The Glacially Musical Beer of the Week is a Yuengling 2 by 4 because the Eagles fly, Eagles fly. But actually, no. Because I'm wearing a dive bar T-shirt. I chose to wear a dive bar T-shirt and drink the Yuengling because Yuengling was the first dive bar I had Yuengling in Philadelphia, which was Roach's Bar and Grill. Good burgers, by the by. Anyway, so let's hear that pop. I love that sound.
My two favorite songs are "The Sound of a Beer Pouring," maybe three: "The Sound of a Beer Pouring," "The Sound of a Steak Sizzling," and "The Sound of a Woman's Lament." The glacially musical not beer of the week is Liquid Death, Murder Fred Durst.
I'm not saying do that.
I just did. I like Fred Durst. I like Limp Bizkit unapologetically and unironically. I hated them at one point because I was trampled in the stampede of Woodstock '94, but now I love them. And
I
I'm just
started
drinking.
hating them when I heard the music.
Yeah, well, it's an acquired taste. Cheers.
Cheers, finger fudgers. I got a mustache. Alrighty, this week on the Glacially Musical Vinyl of the Week, everything is going to be the Glacially Musical blank of the week today. I got a Glacially Musical twofer, which is unusual. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, using my hockey puck glass, because talk about this in the news. There's personal and professional. Step one, Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. I am not the biggest Bruce Springsteen fan in the world, but I feel like it's time to fix this. I need to become a bigger one. Standard black vinyl OG pressing. If you look at the quality of that, this is an amazing, amazing shape. Got this for a tenner at Dead Wax Records. And you know what? No complaints about this one. Fun record. The Glacially musical second record of the week is features a man from, I'm sure, Keefy's News Check and Rant that's coming soon today. Tony Iommi and Glenn Hughes, The Depth Sessions. This one we did on the Department of Mental Antiquities. It is a cool translucent black vinyl. I got this for $25 at Joe's STL. I bought the original one online. BarnesandNoble.com, I believe, is where I got it. And that would be Fuse, not the original one. That's the wrong statement. I bought the other Tony Iommi and Glenn Hughes record that's not Black Sabbath at BarnesandNoble.com. And the kiddo and I went out to buy records that Saturday. And we were at Vintage Vinyl, and they had a copy of the Depth Sessions, and I went, no. I woke up on Sunday morning, and I went, kid, put your shoes on. We're going to Joe's Records. And Joe's Records STL had it in South County.
Were you easy like a Sunday morning?
I'm always easy like a Sunday morning.
You are indeed.
'Cause I can't sing.
Don't sing, please.
I will still try.
You can sing
my wife
and any Beastie Boys. Nothing else from you, please.
No, let me do the one song with melody I can do.
Oh, here we go.
I'm ever upper class high society.
Oh, that's not
God's gift to ballroom notoriety.
Yes, that's pretty good. All your British accents are usually fucking horrible. That was pretty good.
That's an Australian accent.
Technically, he's Glaswegian. Do you know the story? Like, the AC/DC guys were like, there was like a huge audience of Scottish people in Australia that then emigrated back to the UK. Did you know that? I did not.
No, I don't pay attention to white people diaspora.
White people don't deserve to be a diaspora. Anyway,
correct.
Fuck them all. Except you and me and your family.
No, especially you and me. I mean, I only got one person that I want to do that to me. It's not you, though.
I got my quarterly dose of being called a commie scumbag yesterday, and I am proud of it. Just a quick.
Oh, I got called all kinds of things on Reddit today. I mean, seeing these incel alphas going nuts is spectacular.
How much of those? How many planes are crashing? 10 plane crash in 2 weeks?
10 plane crashes and the highest egg prices of all time. Great work, Donnie.
How much is gas? Anyway.
I don't know. I have an electric car.
Fuck you, motherfuckers. Your wife doesn't, so don't be like, fuck you, motherfuckers. You're still paying for gas.
No, I still want $5 gallon gas.
How do you, no, you don't. How do you,
yeah, I do.
How do you heat your house?
With a button.
So electric.
Maybe.
Okay, you don't know.
No, I don't know. I don't handle the bills. Lawyer wife handles the bills.
Of course. She's good at adulting. Quick commentary. Good job. I'll tell you this. Springsteen is just not my guy. He's wonderful. Born to Run, Nebraska, born in the USA. Really don't need anything else from him. I think he's kind of overrated. People he
has a lot of Born records.
Born something. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a gifted songwriter and he's almost 80 and still doing this shit.
Agreed. I'm trying
Tom Morello is in his Jungle Land, all of Nebraska. But also the mythology of Bruce Springsteen is better than he actually is. That's my opinion. If you want to do a run, I'm not opposed. But
I don't want to do a run.
We're gonna have to do Billy Joel at some point, whether you like it or not. So
we cannot do. Okay, we can do Billy Joel this year, but if we do Bruce Springsteen, which you know what, we probably should do a Bruce run.
We should. It's negligent to not.
I think we could probably do a Bruce twofer a week.
Maybe.
Because we can just skip the shitty song.
Well, no, I don't want to do that many. I just want to do the essential ones. I don't want to do a whole... He has fucking 30 albums. Fuck no. I'm not interested.
Well, yeah, I just figured that...
We made those mistakes. Let's be a better podcast and not make our listeners suffer. Hey, do you want 7 Grand Funk records? Fuck off. No.
Hey, we did 5 Grand Funk records. And listen to me.
Many.
Listen to me. Hey, look, that was an amazing record and a half by Grand Funk.
Give me the Guess Who. That's the one we should have did, even though they only have 2 songs. I bet the Guess Who, I'm just guessing that the Guess Who's records are better.
No. I have the Guess Who's Greatest Hits as one of Bob's records.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Bob.
And
Rest in peace.
yeah, it's do you like Blood, Sweat, and Tears?
Yeah, there's a great documentary about them.
Oh shit, you were supposed to say no.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, what I was saying is we could do a Bruce Springsteen uh, series where we did like 2 to 3 records a week because we wouldn't have to do the whole record.
Sure.
We could just talk about the songs that are good
The
and
actual
skip
years of
the
stuff.
rest.
Do you know
Which we should have done for Queen?
we didn't know. It was my fault. Do you know, are you
No, we
familiar,
did not. We
are
did
you
not.
familiar with the average white band? I feel like the average white band is also should be a subgenre of rock. Anyway,
Yeah, it's called butt rock.
well, whatever. Good
Oh,
job.
wait a minute. Are we not supposed to say that anymore because of the
No,
douche nozzle that started it?
no, I think butt rock
Okay, cool.
is butt rock. It's just
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Everything in the rock. Yeah. First and foremost, let's talk about this guy. Just got this in the mail. Just got a fresh ounce in the mail. Invested vinyl
Nerd.
inner sleeves, because you know that I have been sans inner sleeves the last few weeks.
And you got the Japanese style roundies.
I like the roundies. Those are my favorite.
Roundies or squaries. You know what? Roundies are easier if you do your records right. Where do you put that in the outer?
Behind the sleeve.
Correct.
For my
If you do
personal
behind,
style. Yeah.
correct. If you do behind the outer, the roundies are better than the squaries.
Mm.
And they're a little bit cheaper because they use less material.
Please tell us why these are essential.
Inners and outers, you have got to wrap your junk if you're going to get it wet.
Practice safe records.
Practice safe records. You put the outer condom on there in order to stop ring wear. You put the inner one on there to stop static. So the outer protects the sleeve, the inner protects the record. If you go to Discogs, every record for sale on Discogs has a grading for outer and inner. Protect them both.
Very fair. So today on Keefy's Vinyl Check, we're gonna play a game. You're gonna get to be the contestant.
Real quick, I want to follow up on myself. You may not be wanting to sell your records later, but when you're looking at the record you're listening to 20 years after you bought it, it looks way cooler if it's pristine rather than beat up with ringwear.
That's true. Ringwear is
why you
bad
need
for
both.
a variety of reasons.
It's not as bad as ringworms.
Well,
But
Ringworm, the
close.
band is pretty good from Cleveland. I don't know about Ringworm. You don't want to get ringworms. When I was growing up,
I might have like 4. I'm like eating 2,000
well,
calorie
I'm concerned
dinners.
for you. You need to that's not a healthy. That's a problem. That's not a plus.
What the issue is I'm not been eating fiber.
You have to. I did not know this update on health. You need a certain amount of dietary fiber to lower bad cholesterol and increase good cholesterol. It's the only actual thing that does it. Nothing else. There's no food
And to feel full.
that also to feel sated. Yes, that's right. Dietary fiber. I don't know what you're gonna do to have to do that, but or take probiotics.
I'm gonna go back to. I gotta bring back the rice, honestly.
I don't think rice is very good for you unless you're doing special ancient grains.
Fuck that noise.
You
Rice
cannot.
is fine.
No. White rice is bad for you. It's gonna give you diabetes. Anyway,
My doctor says I'm fine except to stop drinking as much beer.
oh, that's terrible. Well, that's
I
horrible
know.
news. Oh my
But
god.
I want to drink a little less, but not a lot less.
No, I mean, well, you don't want to be verschnookered. That's a new word I made up just now. Verschnookered. So, Vinyl Check, again, we're going to play a game. Nicholas Cameron, you're the next contestant on Did Keefy fuck up when he bought these 2 things off of Discogs?
Gonna go yes.
You don't know yet.
I know, but I'm gonna go yes. I'm gonna start with yes.
Both of these things are single/EPs.
Oh fuck.
And
Yeah,
I overpaid for both of them because I'm obsessive about 2 of these bands or related bands.
Did you get a reach around?
I reached myself around when they came in the mail.
So no.
These are 2024 purchases. The first quarter of last year is when I made the most money in the year, unfortunately for me. But I was still buying stuff back then because I expected to go, back to a lucrative job.
And you chose to buy stupid crap. Continue.
And I did not make better life choices. But Nick will be the contestant on Monty. What's behind door number 2? First thing up, Sleep Volume 2 in their single series that I was like, why do I need this? Because I buy everything Sleep does, sometimes several times. This is actually fucking dope because this is a cover and two 2 songs on one side and a live album on the other. So this is actually like value wise. I'll tell you how much I paid for it after. So
How much? Okay, start off. Okay, shut up a minute until I ask you a question.
uh,
How many minutes are on that record?
let's say side 1 is probably like 13 minutes, and side
Little
2 is about 40 minutes,
40?
like 35.
Okay, so you got 48 minutes of a
Because there's a
record.
whole live album by Sleep, who plays incredibly slow doom metal.
Yeah, they're like, they're like Clouds Taste Satanic, but not quite as good.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Don't ever say shit like that to me.
Oh, I love
That's just
Clouds
some
Taste Satanic.
ignorant shit. So do
I'm just,
I, but
I'm
don't.
teasing.
Now is not the,
Teasing.
during my vinyl check is not the time to be flip. All right.
Okay. I'll
So
be
side 1 is a cover. You know that I also love covers, and my favorite Black Sabbath song is Lord of This
Behind the
World.
Wall of Sleep.
Lord of This World.
You've never mentioned that till right now.
I've definitely told you.
No,
And
you've
then,
not.
and then also the Druid and Nain's Baptism, which are 2 early Sleep songs. And then side 2 is
So
Live
it's,
at Gilman
wait,
Street.
so side A has 3 tracks?
Well, it's like 2 songs, one goes into the other.
Okay, so we'll call
Like
it
Chloe
3.
Dancer, Crown of Thorns. It's like one goes into the other for 15
Okay,
minutes.
cool.
And the Lord of This World is 5-6 minutes. So not bad.
What's Sleep what now? What was that title again?
Sorry, volume 2.
The Sleep Volume 2. Okay.
Out of do you get the reference? Do you get the reference? Do you get the
I
reference?
get the reference.
And
We
then
did a Black Sabbath series.
we did previous series Black Sabbath. Side 2 is Live at Gilman Street. Gilman Street is the CBGBs of Berkeley, still in existence. I went recently. Live at Gilman Street, 10/1/92. Right, so we're going back in the Sleep history for a performance. And the track listing is From Beyond, Evil Gypsy, Dragonaut, Sonic Titan, The Suffering, and Nain's Baptism, also found on side 1, but without the other part. And this is with the original drummer of Sleep, Chris Hughes, who quit after that, Al Cisneros, and Matt Pike. Pretty fucking great. Engineered and recorded by Billy Anderson in Sleep, and special thanks to Black Sabbath. Pretty fucking great. On the plain mylar, which does not have an inner sleeve because I'm out of inner sleeves. Wait, I have inner sleeves now.
Whoop, whoop.
So we throw this fucking thing. You see this fucking thing? This is the only good use for this fucking thing. Fuck that thing. And then this guy.
No. There is a great use for that thing. Wad it up, put it between the wood in your fire pit.
I don't have a fire pit, bro.
I have a fire pit.
Okay. By the way, a friend of mine who does either I will be a guest on his podcast, or maybe we'll have him as a guest on ours. He's a ghost cultist, also like you and me. He does a vinyl unboxing with the white sleeve on and rips them off like a Christmas gift.
Oh, that's beautiful.
A kind of interesting choice.
That's like my favorite thing I've ever heard now.
I have to ask
what
him.
color is that? Is that black?
I don't know if he does the mylar. Yes, this is just a straight up black with the volume 2.
Because you got fancy light colors.
Well, the room is pink. I did a podcast the other week and somebody was like, is your hat purple? I was like, no, it's blue, but the room is pink. Omar Cuttis, who is a lighting design expert, was like, the reason you should go with different colored lighting, and I settled on pink after going through, Ghost Cults, one of their our main colors is bright puke green because it stands out, right? It's memorable. I have a lot of black shirts. My chair is black. So these banners,
Green Jello shit.
But the pink actually makes the pop. When I had the light up mic that was in the shot, it would make the mic.
I miss that light up mic.
I know, cool. Me too. And I'm going to tell you, I put my Yeti. I'm going to be honest with you, because of the configuration of this new room since I moved into this place. I had to go on. I went on that pet sitting trip where we did the podcast from somewhere else, and I had brought the mic. The Yeti also comes with a desk stand. I'm going to be honest, even though it's more fragile, and the arm is, a more eloquent solution. I really prefer the mic on the desk now. So I really haven't moved.
The mic on the desk creates reverb.
Yes, I know, but I really like it that way. All right, guess what? How much do you think I paid for that on Discogs? That's a rarity that I needed for my collection to complete.
I'm gonna say about 50. About 50.
50 is right. That is ridiculous. Why did I do this?
You know what you should do right now? Flip that shit because it's 190.
Really?
Yeah.
In a year? Oh, there must be not that many anymore.
I was trying to figure out how long it was.
Yeah. What did it say? I mean, I
No,
guess.
it didn't say.
Okay, I'll let you know. I should punch myself in the dick for making these purchases, especially when I was on the brink of joblessness right after this happened. But anyway, you live and you let learn.
Wait, nope. The one that's 190 is not that one actually. It's a different one.
Okay, fine. You can look up this next one. The next selection on Did Keef Fuck Up on Discogs is an EP I have talked about in the past. I've referenced this in the past. Future podcast series Soundgarden. This is Brandi Carlile and the surviving members of Soundgarden cover single, two songs, one on each side, 45 RPM. This was a record store day that I missed out on several years ago. And I was like, I want this fucking thing. And actually, it was like after the Brandi Carlile album came out that you're trying to sell on your Discogs, I was like, I need this. I need this. This is Brandi Carlile and her band, along with Matt Cameron, Tim Thiel, and Ben Shepherd playing Soundgarden songs. And Brandi Carlile, by the way, if they wanted to replace Chris with her, she can do it. Black Hole Sun, it's been covered a million times. I'm fucking tired of it. We don't need it. I don't need it. I don't know about you. I don't need it. And
I don't need the Soundgarden song.
but the real, well, they're both Soundgarden songs. But the real, because again, Soundgarden, this is the
No, I don't need the Soundgarden version of it.
Okay, sure.
Sorry,
Inspired by and it's got like a little it came damaged, like a crease with it. It's not like mint, but I don't care. This is obviously meant to be Bad Motorfinger. Brandi Carlile in the Bad Motorfinger font. Everybody,
God, what a great record!
what a great record. We're gonna do it soon. And the second track, which is why I really fucking wanted this, is Searching with My Good Eye Closed, because that's a fucking deep cut and it's a great one. So we get this guy. It also the other record had no frills to it, just the record, right? This came with a little insert with the artwork and some credits in the back, and then again another another one of these. Fuck off and die. And look at this fancy color.
Sweet baby Jesus, slap it on the ass and put it on the platter.
This looks like somebody spilled honey on my turntable.
I don't know why I said
this. Looks like the Exxon Valdez oil slick. Deepwater Horizon exploded, and this is the result. What is it?
Which one? Okay, so we're not talking about the Louisiana one from.
It's Deepwater Horizon.
Oh, okay, there we go. That is a gorgeous record. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hope you did not pay too much money for that.
The back. So I think both songs are on side one. Yeah, and the back side is an etching of the artwork.
That's nice. I like that.
That's kind of nice. Again, we've discussed that etchings and picture discs and things don't really add anything. There's a vinyl somebody was telling me about recently that had powder inside of it that was supposed to replicate cocaine.
There was the Black Dahlia Murder, the last record with
Trevor.
With Trevor, thank you. Verminius, or however it's pronounced, there was a version of it that had green ook in it.
Yeah, Slayer did that with Blood. Rob Zombie did it with Goo.
Did they? James Legg on his last single on Romanus Records had one that had sand in it.
That's kind of cool.
I guess.
I don't think it definitely doesn't help the sound quality.
I'm going to hope you paid 20 bones or less for that.
No, I paid a ridiculous amount of money. How much is it going for now? Let's find out.
$9.50.
$9.50?
$9.50.
You serious?
Serious. No, actually, no, $9.47.
Oh, fuck my life. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I think I got that technically on eBay and not Discogs, but they have it on Discogs. I should have looked at Discogs. I think I paid $35 for that for 2 songs.
Well, you know what? At the time, I don't know. That's 3.5 years post-release.
That's yeah. Now you have the record store market sub website where you can find the inventory of every record store that does record store day, and whatever they have leftovers. If you miss something, you can get it.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool. Slackers.
You poo-pooed me last week when I told you about it. You were like, I won't want to do that. I want to find things in the wild. So do I, but sometimes you get obsessed.
I'm a petty bitch. Okay?
So these are 2 of the more expensive things I ever bought, along with that Amigo the Devil record store day that I missed out on, that I was mad, and I bought it for like $80 from Germany. And really the problem was the shipping was most of the money.
Do you see the face I'm making?
Yeah. We're gonna do Amigo the Devil too at some point. You're gonna love it. I probably have a Black Dahlia Murder news point, but that's the vinyl check. What's the verdict? Did I fuck up on both of these? I probably did, right?
I would say yes, just because I'm against this concept.
Yeah, I know. Lucky
I
for me, I got a bunch
The
of shit for
sleep
free last
record,
year.
since it's got the sleep record, originally that was a 7 inch. So you got a 7 inch and then like a live set. That's really fucking cool. Okay, that's a good one. The Brandy Carlisle one, had you been patient and kind,
Well, I'm
and
neither.
I know we do this weekly. I love it, but you're mean to me.
We
And
have been exceedingly mean to you, but also you have some garbage takes and you have to get punished.
I will always stand behind my takes because
You have
I
to be
believe
brought
in
down
me.
to earth.
I believe in me, bro. The Brandy
You're my
Carlisle
you're my
record.
special little guy, Nikki. You're such a good guy, Nikki. Oh, buddy, are you ready for bed? Can I tuck you in? I believe in me. Get the fuck out of here. You gotta be kidding
I
me.
am going to grab my child's hockey stick, not the composite one, but the wooden one, and hit you in the fucking dick. You want
Well,
that?
I might.
I'll go grab it.
Nothing's
Oh
been touching my
God.
dick for a hot minute. I might like to get
It's
hockey
not
sticked in the
this
cock.
is not supposed this is not supposed to be sexy.
Continue your final thought. Go ahead.
You know what? I'm just really creeped out, so you're not going to get this now cuz what the hell's
No.
wrong with you? Um the both of these records are actually kind of cool. I would say that if you'd waited a year and got this for $15 shipped rather than 40 shipped, you'd have done better. But I'm actually thinking about buying it just to have it so I can tell you that I got it for $9.47.
All right.
God, that would be a super dick move, wouldn't it?
A little bit. A little bit.
I mean, I don't even want it. I probably shouldn't do this. Okay, news check. So, because I cannot help myself, I still love Kiss. I should stop. So, we are reaching the 50th anniversary of what, Keefy?
Strutter! I know.
See, what's weird, what,
About her. I probably should stop
what I
singing
find,
everything because we're just going to get demonetized. And then I said the word demonetized. We're so fucked. Go ahead.
see, what I find weird about you saying that is, what is Strutter, Keefy? What, I mean, like, what
Strutter
is
is one of the very first singles ever by the band Kiss from New York City, my
it? Is it
hometown.
the first single?
Was it the first ever single? I don't know.
No, no.
Okay.
Was it the second single?
I guess I'm wrong. Go ahead. I said one of the
Nope,
first
it was
singles
not.
ever by them.
Yeah, I know, I know. I'm trying to
You're trying to goad me. Was it the fifth single? I don't understand.
No, this has
I
nothing to
don't
do with
like
you.
guessing games. Piss me off, dude. I don't like
Right.
it.
This okay. It was neither the first nor the second single. It was the third single. Was it their first hit? Also no.
Right. Okay.
So, is it a
It's
classic song now? Yes.
been a classic song since Alive, I would say.
I would agree with that. However, is this the kind of thing you're going to put out a $60,000 item to commemorate?
Unless you're Tool, the answer is no.
Okay, next question. What size is a 45 single? 45 RPM single. What
I
size is
mean,
that?
usually now 12 inches, but back in the day,
No.
no. No,
Back in the day,
now
what
they're
was it?
all they're all 12. Everything's a 12 or a 10 inch
A
or
lot of
something.
yeah, a lot of 12 inches. Yeah, yeah. What is a standard single?
Well, 7 inches.
Not 5 inches?
I mean, back in the day, I don't see any 5 inch records anymore. But if I'm
I've
wrong,
never
please
seen a
tell.
5 inch record before this one. So we have Kiss honoring their third single, which was a flop, on a smaller disc. There are two versions of it.
I mean,
How
listen,
much?
Former podcast subject. Did we not do Kiss? We did Kiss,
We
right?
did a Kiss series.
So
We did a
Kiss,
ramshackle run through.
everything was a Kiss flop until Alive. So their whole career was
Oh,
a flop
totally.
up
Oh,
until Alive
completely.
came out. So
And they almost flopped after
1971,
that.
yeah, 1971 to 1975, zero. His score is zero.
Well, the Kiss
1976,
Kiss
77, 78,
Kiss
10
started
of 10.
in 72, I think, maybe 3.
I
But
count Wicked Lester and
okay, fair
Chelsea
enough.
and whatever Ace's band was.
Molimo.
Fucking terrible. What
If
the
you
fuck?
listen to that Molimo demo that was discovered, like in some like northeastern New England barn, you would listen to that and go, Oh, damn, that is Ace Frehley. He played all the solos he did on that first record in these three songs. I guess that's why four of the songs on that album don't have solos, because he played all the solos he knew. So, Kiss is releasing a two versions 50th anniversary of Strutter. And I love Strutter. It's legitimately one of my favorite Kiss tunes, because how could it not be? It's amazing. After Paul Stanley changed the lyrics from Stanley the Parrot to Strutter. Now, the thing about that song is I have all the versions of that song I need. I have the debut record on OG vinyl, and I have a live on OG vinyl. What else do you need? Gonna say
Was
nothing.
that a rhetorical question or a
No, I don't answer. I don't ask rhetorical questions. I ask questions for answers.
no?
Am I wrong? I could be wrong.
You
I
are
mean, I
not
feel
wrong.
like those are the.
Not necessary. Egregious, actually, to even
I
have
feel
this.
like those are the only two versions of those you need. Now, have you ever thought to yourself, what my record player needs is to be kissed with a 5 ounce solid gold record? I've never thought that.
9.
This sumbitch, and just for the record, 5 ounces of gold is on open market is only 23,000. But they have lowered the price of Strutter solid gold down to $50,000.
Why is this
Or
why?
or there's an or 50,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of big bones. I don't think I could ever get Lawyer Wife to approve this. Just for the record,
I mean, if I
I
had
might
50
be able.
grand, I would try to get like a used Metallica pinball machine. That's what I would do with 50 grand. I don't have room for it, but that's what I would do with it.
If I had 50 grand, I would buy a diner or a record store.
Oh, very cool. I think that's probably
I,
your distance. If you don't do the camper van homeless down by the river shit later in your life, I think record store is a definite possibility for you.
Man, the problem with that is I would not like. Oh, I don't have this record. I'm just going to go ahead and
Well,
put that
that's
in
how
my
you
collection. And
sell a lot of Taylor Swift records, so you can buy the first pressing from Japan, the Japanese
okay,
Super
so
Reds.
anywho, do not tempt me with this. Get
Right
away,
after this
get thee
episode.
away, Satan.
Not today, Satan. Not
Maybe
today.
tomorrow. So, not today. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day.
Do you
So,
know the other bit of
believe in
Kiss
yourself,
news
Satan.
before you say anything else?
No, I don't. I just know there's a second strutter which is gold plated, which is only
Not something I want to put on
$2,500.
my turntable ever. Something that
Still
heavy.
no, I still do not want my fancy ass
You think it's
stylus
gonna
going
fuck
over gold.
fuck your turntable and needle up into the heavens with that thing? No,
And it sounds like your needle would fuck it up too. It's gold.
it's not wax. It's gold.
Okay, gold is like way more malleable than wax.
A good transmitting thing. Gold is one of the worst metals for everything except fashion. Like I don't fucking understand.
Yeah, it's basically useless. All right, I am done.
There's an additional Kiss bit of news, and I'll lead off with that. Picked up the baton and keep running till I fall on my face. Paul Stanley this week said, "I really do miss performing with Kiss, but I don't think we're ever going to perform ever again."
Thank fucking Christ for that follow up.
Well, I mean, like
First part, no. The second part, yes.
I had said, like, I think that the boat cruise can come back. I think a Kiss Unplugged can happen. I obviously Kiss the spectacle is never happening again. They will not. I can't. Now, again, if the Sultan of Brunei or the King of Dubai or someone else wants to throw them $10 million, well, yeah, that's going to happen.
I mean, they could just get two kids from the neighborhood any day of the week
Well,
and paint them up.
I'm Gene Simmons, and someday my extraordinarily handsome and talented son Nik is going to take over as the demon. Did that happen? No. Could it still happen? Yes. Evan Stanley, who I was supposed to interview and it didn't work out, is extremely talented. It looks like his dad, sounds like his dad. And I'm looking forward
Well,
to him.
Paul said that about Evan 25 years ago. That as a child, he said Evan.
Yeah, he was like, Evan is the future of Kiss. I was like, you were like 60 when you had him, or 55.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just gonna say it's really irresponsible when senior citizens are knocking up women.
Did Tony Randall have like a 19-year-old wife when he was 83 and have a son?
I'm going to assume you asked about Randall Graves.
No, Tony Randall from the
Here
Odd Couple.
comes Randall. He's no,
not
the only
Jeff
Randall
Anderson.
I know is
Oh,
Randall Graves, and he did not do that.
I'm gonna wrangle on out.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know what
He just
wrangling
kind of
is. Man.
shimmies as he walks. He's a
It's
shimmy.
like shaking his like
Yeah,
this.
it's a
One of
shimmy.
these.
It's
Okay.
kind of a modified truffle shuffle without the shirt being pulled
Here
up.
comes Randall.
He's
He's
a
a
berserker.
berserker.
You're closed. Ah, the only good Soul Asylum songs are on Kevin Smith movie soundtracks. Anywho, oh, blasphemy, blasphemy.
You've
Take the
never
Lord's
heard Grave
name.
Dancers Union, clearly,
Yeah, I
because
have.
there's.
Yeah, it's a good record. I need
Thank you.
somebody to shove.
That's a great song. That is
Shall we
such a great song.
continue? Shall we continue to beat Black Sabbath into the fucking ground? I never
You know
wanted
what?
to talk this much about one of my favorite bands in an unfavorable light as right now.
They asked for it.
They fucking asked for all of it. First of all, in case you were unaware, as this publishes on Thursday and Friday, as it normally does, Nik was the guest on Talking the Talk with Don, our emotional support Don Delamont's podcast that you should all go follow when you're done listening to us. And I listened to it and I rather enjoyed it, even though I found the content of it extremely objectionable and the takes extremely hot, spicy, and terrible. But at the same time, a very lengthy and good positive discussion about Black Sabbath. I will be doing my own solo Black Sabbath conversation. Nik and I have talked about this thing for 3 straight weeks, and here we go again. What is the latest?
Here we go again on our own.
Right. What is the latest, Nik? Would you like me to do it?
Oh my God!
I do it. You
Ozzy
commentate.
Singing... Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Hang on. I need to take a slug of courage juice because I'm gonna have to punch one of my favorite bands in the dick, and then fist him.
Right.
And then fist him.
Right in the gooey box. So we've talked ad infinitum. This thing was announced. It was rumored for a long time. Sharon was working on it for a long time, over a year probably. This charity concert, the farewell show from Black Sabbath and Ozzy at the same time. There was a period of time when they would have knifed each other if they showed up at the same place. There was apparently a metal festival in the 80s where Black Sabbath had to go on before Ozzy, and Dio threw a fucking tantrum and did not want to perform.
So that was an Ozzy Osbourne show.
Okay.
We did it on the DMA, and Dio said, and I quote, "I will not open for that clown."
Even the clown that sold a million times more records than I Love Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules. 0 compared to fucking Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman.
In terms of sales,
not even
yes,
gold.
Ozzy.
Not even gold.
Ozzy, really?
I'm talking about in 81, 82,
and
okay. 80, not even gold.
Fair enough. You know,
Blizzard of Oz was gold in 6 weeks. It was given no chance. They got no money.
Ozzy's Sabbath output, Ozzy's solo output crushes in terms of dollars.
It's just a fact.
In terms of sales, it crushes everything.
I know Dio's a better singer technically. Of course he is. I
prefer Dio. I prefer Dio. That's my personal opinion. That is
Ozzy is my singer of Black Sabbath. I love Dio. It's different. It's practically a different band with Dio.
It's completely different band
because he's much more talented.
Yeah,
he can write his own melodies and lyrics, and
right. You know. So he didn't get intimidated.
I wonder if Dio was alive, would he be participating in this?
No.
You don't think so?
Maybe.
If
he survived the cancer.
Well, I'm saying, what if he never got cancer? What if cancer wasn't a thing?
In an alternate universe where he survives the cancer, he's there.
Imagine
in an alternate universe. In an alternate universe. Okay, Forrest Gump. In an alternate universe where he does not have cancer, he does not go.
I may not be a smart man, but I know what music is, Nicholas. Anyway, so listen. Your name is.
It's easy if you try, Dick.
It's actually not Nicholas. It's Nik, right? Just Nik.
It is Nicholas.
Thick Nik. Okay. That's what all the ladies said in high school. Thick Nik Cameron.
If we need to bring up my government name.
They used to call him Pepsi Can. You can guess why. Anywho.
No, they did not. No ladies in high school talked to me.
So listen.
I'm lonely.
So listen. That's okay. I'm so lonely. Anyway, Team America. What do you think Kim Jong-un is doing right now? What if Kim Jong-un collects records like we do and he's on Discogs under like a fake name? North Korea's the best. 113.
No. Kim Jong-il was a huge movie fan.
Right.
He had like 7,000 movies.
So is Saddam Hussein, apparently. He had all the DVDs.
There you go.
He liked American movies.
Continue, please, because I still have a couple of bit of
reeling with the feeling. Don't stop continuing. Well, you had
continue.
your news check and then you abandoned
I forgot to say the two things.
You always do. All right, fine.
I know.
Black Sabbath announces this show, puts the show on sale. It's a complete fucking disaster. The tickets are escalated. They're already overpriced because of the charity event. The charity is the only reason Bill and Geezer agreed to go. Nick thinks Bill is washed up. I think Ozzy is very infirm and sick and probably shouldn't be doing this.
They all are. I think they're all washed up. I just think Bill was the first to be washed up.
No, he was washed up back then. He's going to be in the best health of any of them except Tony. By the way, happy birthday, Tony and Naomi. That's today.
That is the biggest indictment of this show I've ever heard.
We're gonna wait and see. And I guarantee you, Bill is not gonna fuck up once. He's gonna. He's only gonna play like 3 songs, and they're all gonna be slow. But he's not gonna.
They're all slow songs. I guarantee you, we're gonna fuck around, find out, and stream this bitch, and just drink ourselves to death afterwards.
We're gonna make a gentleman's agreement right before the performance, and we're gonna grade the performance of the principals. And I'm gonna come out. History is going to be on my side about Bill Ward. I will back him. He has something to prove. He's going to want to do well. Tickets go on sale. They're a disaster. Additional artists are being added. Guns N' Roses, Tool, Tom Morello, other people.
Everyone
ever except for Judas Priest for some reason because KK Downing is there. And no Megadeth because they're going to be finishing their record and they said no apparently.
Metallica is even there.
I mean, I would not want to. We just saw Metallica twice, and I saw them 3 times in the last year and a half. I would not want to follow them right now. They're angry. They're playing great, except for Kirk, who seems to be sloppy, worse than ever. But the rest of the band is fucking on point, especially Lars. Metallica comes. Who can follow? Let's say Metallica comes out and plays 4 songs, and then they join in and do some Sabbath covers. You want to follow that? I don't want to follow that.
No.
You want to follow Tool playing whatever fucking 40-minute songs they're going to do? No, you don't. Songs. They are the most masterful musicians in the world right now, except for a few bands. You don't want
I haven't seen him in 25 years, in fairness.
You should. We need to do a Tool
I will not.
I'm being kind to you. We're not going to do one until next year. Oh, yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are.
Continue.
So then Ozzy says, oh, I'm glad.
After
all the tickets are sold.
There you go.
Ozzy,
don't bury the lead.
Ozzy says, I'm not going to be performing a full set with Sabbath, just bits and pieces I feel comfortable with. And you and Don, I really want people to go listen to you and Don because you did do even something I won't do, which is like a very deep dive and prognostication about how the show is going to go. We did a little of it. You went much further with Don than you and I did, and I won't go.
That was the whole show, though.
I have a different take a little bit on some of this, including Bill. People are freaking the fuck out now that they paid for this thing, and they're really going to barely see Ozzy, and he's going to be frail in a chair. I think he can still. He put out a new single last week. Do you know Billy Morrison from The Cult?
I know of The Cult.
Okay, Billy Morrison from The Cult has a podcast with Ozzy where they talk about drugs and sex and rock and roll, and they laugh. They're best friends. Billy has written songs with Ozzy. Billy has had a pretty decent solo career. He's put out a few records. Ozzy was a guest on his record. They're very close now. Close. Probably like Ozzy's with Lemmy gone. Billy might be Ozzy's closest friend in the business. Besides,
just to be clear, there's absolutely nothing in this world I want more than to see Ozzy Osbourne at the height of his powers and Bill Ward at the height of his powers come out and just, maybe 2 songs, 3 songs, and just blow it away. It's just not going to happen.
It's going to be very disappointing, I have a feeling. I mean, could be wrong. Maybe we'll be wrong. It hasn't happened yet. It just says signs, shake up the magic 8 ball and go. Signs point to no. Okay?
Ozzy has already tempered expectation.
Well, look, you saw him at the Hall of Fame. He could barely move and talk. He's going to be sitting in a chair. They're going to wheel him on, wheel him out.
Did he sing? Did he sing?
He cannot sing.
Actually,
sad. Sharon says his voice is great, and it's the rest of him that's a mess. Okay, I think you need your entire body to be a singer, not just your vocal cords.
How sad was it seeing Phil Collins being wheeled out for the final Genesis
Phil Collins
tour?
To sit on a stool, and I wanted to go extremely badly. They never came to the West Coast, and I really wanted to fucking go. I was like, can I fly somewhere and see this? I saw
Why
Genesis.
not just
I saw
why
Phil
not just
Collins
like
solo
start
twice.
cutting?
What?
Might as well just start cutting if you want to go to that. I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about. Cutting?
just hurting yourself. Just
Oh. What are you talking about? Ew, come on.
I'm everywhere. I'm sorry.
Rein
Seeing
it back in,
seeing
cowboy.
seeing that kind of stuff
Yeah.
to me, watching someone self harm
Yeah, we gotta speed this
is
up a little. I just looked at the time. We're
yeah
fucked. We gotta hurry
yeah.
up.
Hurry up.
Anyway, this is a disaster, and I'm not happy. I'm done with my news
It's
check.
it's a double disaster. Okay, quick news check. Personal. My minor league hockey trip for the year has been decided. 15th and 16th. I will be in Bloomington, Illinois. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll buy you a beer if you're there.
March.
Two. Yeah, March.
Hmm.
Gonna see the Bloomington Bison, the New York Rangers AA affiliate.
Let's go Rangers.
But I don't care.
They're not good this year.
Just have fun. Just have look. I hope everybody at that game just has fun and people fight. That's all I care about. I'll wear my ECHL All Star jersey. My first ECHL games. And tomorrow, as we record this, is the United States and Canada gold medal game in the Four Nations tournament. I don't care who wins, but they had 3 fights in 9 seconds in the last time they played. So fight more. Done.
Well, that's really speaking of burying the lead. Really quick, why did they fight?
America, Canada.
No. Why did they
What?
fight, Nick? Why did they
I
fight?
don't know.
You don't know, or
Tell
you
me.
know? You don't
Okay,
know?
because Canada looked at Matthew Kachuk, who simped for Donald Trump at the White House.
That's not why.
No.
Yes, fuck
Okay,
him,
what?
but that's not why. I prefer his dad, Keith Kachuk, and Matthew, you know Keith. All right, listen.
Walt is the best Kachuk.
They met in that game.
Crime that he's not in the Hall of Fame.
I agree. Met in that game. Canadian national anthem, United States national anthem. What happens during the United States national anthem at the game in
You know what?
Canada?
You know what? For some reason, Canada doesn't like the idea of the American president saying he's going to conquer them.
So they booed the U.S. national anthem.
Who would have guessed?
Rightly
Not
so.
the first time. Keep it
You
going.
gotta have a
Canada.
thicker.
All right.
If you're America, you gotta have a thicker skin than being a bitch. Can't be bitch made.
America's a bitch. Moving on.
Well, just hold on. The puck is
Okay.
dropped, and then the gloves are dropped, and it was a brawl, and it was glorious. It was fucking glorious, and the U.S. won because we're the U.S. and we kick everyone's ass.
Big Walt had a fight against Claude Lemieux against Canada once too. So all 3 of the Kachuk family have had a fight in international play versus Canada. So I love that. And lawyer wife and I are making time to watch tomorrow night's game. Hopefully, it's even more violent because I don't give 2 shits. And I'm rooting for Canada, not because of like any patriotism or whatever, but because I care more about the players that are on my team, and the only Blues players in the tournament play for Canada.
Fair enough. The Rangers have quite a few players on both teams because we're talented but not successful. Shirt check. Let's go.
We have 2 scoring lines out of 4. The Chevy Chase in Lexington, Kentucky has nothing to do with the actor. This is from my Die Bar Them on the T-shirt club.
There we go. Fuck that guy. Suffocation.
Yes, fuck that guy, but this guy's not here.
Would you like to quickly hear my Frank the Tank impersonation? Now that he's retired from the band. Frank the Tank is the singer of Suffocation. Frank.
Do it. Yeah, totally do it. Yeah.
This next song is about when you fall in love with a girl and you love her and take care of her and she breaks your fucking hat. It's called Entrails of You.
Is this song about Adriana?
Maybe. Let's quickly go into the meat of this episode because we have 12 minutes.
The meat of this episode is like a skewer.
Right. Why do we do this episode? Why did I insist on doing this?
You tell me. You tell everybody.
So when you joined us before the Chaser, we were doing Piper at the Gates of Dawn on our Syd Barrett series. And there's a moment in Pink Floyd history. Syd is starting to deteriorate. Piper at the Gates of Dawn barely gets finished competently, but it's got moments of brilliance, moments of head scratching bizarreness. It's spawns several different genres. London is really the epicenter of culture in the world right now. because of the Beatles and politics and flower power and art and films and all of these things come
And
together.
the Stones.
And the Stones, similar to and the Who and a few other bands, Cream and Hendrix is living in London at this time, similar to the art and music scene in New York City at this time, the folky scene, similar to the almost ready to happen flower power, hippie scene in California, especially LA and San Francisco.
It's the dam that's cracking.
The dam is cracking, and
And when this cracks, it
yeah,
blows over everything.
Pink Floyd pulls their thumb out of the dike. That's not a euphemism, that's a thing. And the floodgates open. And what happens is
talking about Dutch stuff.
Yeah. Things, little boy blue. And things happen where there's this scene, these happenings are happening in London, in the related London area music scene. And shows will go on for like 12 hours, and people are dropping acid and doing drugs and just freaking out. Liquid light shows, everything you can imagine, a lot of stuff that has been borrowed and repurposed and regurgitated all the way up until today, inspired by this moment in time in London. And so 1 month after Piper at the Gates of Dawn comes out, and a bit of time, a year before Saucer comes out, there are all these live shows. And Pink Floyd already got signed on the strength of their live show where they would do these rave ups and psychedelic freakouts. But they really, after Piper is done, they lean into this. We're really a live band, and the record was kind of it's taking off, but also it launched the career of Hypnosis, but also you launched Sid and the band, but also like that people are like traveling from all over Europe and America to see them play a show live. This is not a hugely popular international band just yet. It's happening now as we speak. And so this film is made.
They haven't really toured yet, even.
Not barely toward Europe. Not even toward Europe. So they really played regionally mostly at this point. And so this film is made that documents a weekend of happenings called Let's All Make Love Tonight in London. This is eventually released as a movie and a soundtrack. There are several Pink Floyd official and unofficial releases from this time. Pink Floyd becomes known as the space rock band because of Astronomy Domine and Interstellar Overdrive. And so London
and
66,
Nick's Boogie, which is
and Nick's Boogie,
released.
which is but London 66 was released in the 90s as a CD single. There was no streaming just yet. And maybe a limited vinyl. It has been repressed on vinyl, I believe, since then. So, this happens. And so I insisted to Nick, this is a moment in time that actually really dictates the future of Pink Floyd for the next 5 years. And it has to do with Sid.
This is the angel and devil on the shoulder.
Right.
If you really think about this. If you don't mind me jumping in and...
Please do.
Okay. So, if you listen to Piper at the Gates of Dawn, which we have at length, many times, and pleasured ourselves to it, there are two versions of Pink Floyd on that album. You have Astronomy Domine, you have Interstellar Overdrive, you have these space rock, long form, kind of nut bar songs, really. And then you also have things like The Gnome and Lucifer Sam and Bike, which are these cute and scary as hell pop songs. So, realistically speaking, if you're discussing what constitutes an album, those two songs don't belong on the same record. Lucifer Sam and Interstellar Overdrive, Astronomy Domine, and The Gnome. Never the twain should meet. However, they did meet. So, at this time, even inside of Sid, even inside of Roger, you have these two things fighting each other. And so now we have Pink Floyd? But what is Pink Floyd at this moment? They don't know. They are growing and they are finding. I yield.
Inside us, there are two wolves. Inside of Pink Floyd, there are four wolves at this point, and they're all pulling in different directions. But here's the fun part. So tonight,
Soon
let's
to be 6 wolves.
yes, yes, whatever. The yeah, really. If you think about
Yeah,
mentally,
we'll talk about this in a minute.
that's coming next week, really, but a little bit today.
No, I'm gonna do a little today.
I figured. All right. So they're getting notoriety for their shows. They might just play one song for an hour. They did it several times. They
Yes, they
might
did.
play a mini set of all the Piper songs and then end with like a 30-minute encore of one of these long exploratory songs. Because Sid is already starting to deteriorate at this point, in a way, for better or worse, this prolongs his time in the band because obviously when you're improvising, you don't know what junk is versus art. I'm sorry to say it. Some things are high-minded art, very heady stuff, and other things like, what the fuck is he doing? Just making noise. But they're fucking, it worked.
Facts.
It's possible that he's disassociating and just playing whatever the fuck he wants that doesn't go with the song, but the rest of them are freaking out on their instruments and it kind of works. So people like, this is mind blowing. Oh my God. But actually, you don't know if Sid was really fucking there or not because he was already fucking way gone on drugs, as they all were, smoking the pots and doing the LSDs. So, and again, there are people making art. There's photography, live painting. Somebody's drawing on a chick with a fucking magic marker. There's
Totally checks out.
avant-garde film, fashion. All these things are fucking colliding, as they often do.
And they all coalesce around this band.
Somehow, even more than the Beatles. The Beatles were so popular that they kind of skipped this, but they also all went and hung out at these happenings. The
Beatles were at these shows.
They're at this thing. They're at the movie. They're there while it's being made. Jimmy is hanging out in a corner while it's being made. Eric Clapton is there. Roger Daltrey is there. Nik and Keefy are there, probably doing heroin and coke. Like, it's wild, right? You can Twiggy, huge celebrities, actors.
What's the phrase? It's a whole vibe.
It's a whole vibe. Michael Caine is probably there because he was out of his mind on cocaine.
He was in the movie.
He's in the movie. And many others.
Now let's.
Who's the chick from the Avengers TV series?
No idea.
Not Julie Newmar, but she looks like her. She's British. I'm sorry,
idea.
I can't remember. It sucks right now that I can't remember.
Let's
Ursula
move on.
Andress probably also, and Sean Connery, even though he's not British, he's Scottish. Go ahead.
That is the worst I've ever heard.
That's my imitation of Johnny Miller doing an imitation of Sean Connery from Trainspotting. Thank you.
You just did some whack ass Cockney Scott. That's the hell was that?
Sean Connery. I'm extremely.
May I continue?
Sometimes you just need to smack a woman across the face to get her into line.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I think that's really a good imitation. Actually, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna suggest we don't say things like that.
I understand, but that's what I'm quoting him. I'm not him. I'm quoting him.
May I?
I yield my time back to the senator from Missouri.
God, don't insult me. My senators are jackasses. Anyway, so I prefer the senator from the free state of St. Louis.
And your governor's a cunt.
Which one? All of them? Yeah, I know. So, God, I want to punch them all in the dick. Stop it! You're ruining this for me. Let's talk about now. Because we've discussed these songs. They don't want to be space rock, but they're putting out space rock. And then this gets known because this is a movie. So you know what? You've chosen the mold you want to fit into. Don't bitch because people agreed with you. Let's talk about now. Pink Floyd is now blowing up. Sid, however, is flaming out. This is the time when nobody really knows what's happening with Sid. And it's frankly disappointing. We are all talking about nearly 60 years ago. The Pink Floyd songs for this album, or for this movie, were recorded in 1966. So we are just nearly 60 years ago. And in our lifetimes, Keefy and mine, hopefully you're very young and listening to this, but in our lifetimes, going to get mental health therapy wasn't considered good. It was considered you're a wackadoo. Fraser Crane on Cheers in the 80s and 90s was looked at as a strange person, and anybody who went to him was terrible. So no one is helping Sid. And the managers, the producers, and the rest of the band just kept pushing him to, no, just come up with a song. Just bring us a song and we'll record it. And it'll be delightful and we'll make all the money and play Top of the Pops. Except Sid didn't want to play Top of the Pops. In fact, there was a time when they were scheduled and he's like, I'm not doing it. John Lennon wouldn't do this. I'm not doing it. So they go on tour in America. And what happens? Everything goes to shit. They get to New York, of course. Their work permits have not arrived, so they miss out on several shows, and by the time they get to California, Sid has gone erratic. Erratic. There are times when he's playing a single chord for the entire evening. So Pink Floyd does play the Winterland with Jefferson Airplane at this time. And my God, could you imagine that? Could you imagine the concept of seeing Pink Floyd and Jefferson Airplane at the same time in the Winterland of all
And Pink
places?
Floyd opened because at this point Jefferson Airplane's a huge hit band and hugely popular in the Bay Area in California, right? Because they are
they're
the leading hippie band at this point, right?
Correct.
Like
Correct.
White Rabbit and
oh God, White Rabbit, what a great
what's
song.
What's the debut album by them?
Somebody to Love.
No, the other one. I mean, that's the big
debut,
single, but something at Breakfast at Benjamin's or something. Breakfast at Baxter's. Sorry, Jesus Christ.
I have that. I do.
I know you do. I know you do. Do you know what a Jefferson Airplane is, by the way?
No, I don't.
It's an enormous joint, like a joint as big as a burrito. Ah, that's what a Jefferson.
You know what? That completely checks out. For this band, totally checks out.
Completely.
So yeah. And then that was basically the last show of the tour. They had to cancel it because they didn't know what was going on with Sid. And everything went to shit. So they go home, and what do they do when they get home? They come to a very logical conclusion. This cannot continue. We cannot continue on like this. So what do they do to make sure it does not continue on like this? They recruit David Gilmour to come in and back up Sid. There is a time where Pink Floyd has 5 members.
It's very brief.
It's like very 2 weeks. Brief. It's more than 2 weeks.
It's more than 2. It's not long.
I
don't think they made David an official member. They were just like, help us out with him.
At first, that's what it was. They're playing shows, so Sid would, when Sid would flame out on stage, Dave would just do the rest. And when he would play one chord, they would just turn him off. And then there were times where David was lip syncing Sid songs for television, and because Sid wouldn't turn up. And that's where we should end for this week.
Yes and no, because I let you skip ahead. I didn't want to interrupt you because you were doing so well, and I interrupted you every other second of this podcast. And I know you need to go.
I was cooking.
You need to actually cook and go make dinner in a second. I do want to say about the space rock. That's where I was going to jump in. They fucking hate this. They made this and they hate this. They hate us because they ain't us. They hate this. They hate being called space rock. And then they proceed to be space rock for 5 more fucking years as a live band because they feel like they can't take those 2 songs out of the set list. They go make Saucer Full of Secrets with more weird shit going on.
If you don't want to be space rock, don't make songs that sound like Doctor Who.
Go make a record that sounds like the Turtles. Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. Don't make another record of psychedelic rock music. You're gonna not shake the fucking moniker. And so they fucking hate it to their core, but they can't help themselves. And I think Saucer's going to be a real...
I hate being called an ugly white person, but look at me, I am.
That's what you call...
when you are what you... I'm teasing.
I don't like the negative self. I only like it when I insult you. I don't want you doing the negative self-talk. That hurts my feelings.
No.
I really do love you, but also you're just wrong a lot. It's okay. I learn a lot by being your friend. It's fine. We're on a journey together of musical exploration. You're gonna get better.
What is this, fucking Jazz Odyssey?
This is Awakenings, and I'm Robert De Niro, and we're
gonna play
Robert
Jazz Odyssey.
Right.
It's Jazz Odyssey.
Yeah.
No. Derek Smalls, he
Yeah.
wrote this.
Do you need to go watch or listen to Tonight Let's All Make Love in London? No.
No,
I think London
do not
66
actually.
is actually worth listening to just once. It's worth smoke a
That
dude,
that's
put on your lava lamp, shut the lights out,
dude, get
burn
real
one.
high for this because
Real.
it starts off great and then meanders
What's the
for
I don't know if you're familiar with
the next 28 minutes.
this Bill Hicks sample that's on the second Tool record. It's like you want to get rid of all the drugs and alcohol, take all the music and art and films you ever loved, all the bands you ever loved, and take them home and go home and throw them all away. You know why? Because all the bands that made that music are real fucking high on drugs. So, not less drugs,
It
more
helps.
drugs. Get more drugs and give them to the right fucking people. So that's Dennis Leary, who ripped off Bill Hicks. But anyway, it just felt apropos at the time. Space Rock. Saucerful of Secrets is going to be fucking epic next week. And then we're going to take a break from Pink Floyd and do a bunch of other stuff. And then we're going to revisit Pink Floyd in their continuing space rock era in a few months. That's my prediction.
When did they get out of the space rock era? Is it the Wall?
Dark Side of the Moon.
No, that is
Yeah.
space rock.
I don't think so. We're gonna go. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do
You're wrong.
the three Pink Floyds again this year. We're gonna do it.
Look,
I
if
think-
you do
I don't
12-minute tunes,
I don't
it's space
think-
rock.
I don't agree. I think space rock is very specific to a few things. We'll talk about them. Psychedelic rock, progressive rock, absolutely. Jazz influenced rock.
Whatever.
Don't whatever me. Like, why are you discounting my theory? We didn't.
I'm not discounting.
It's not like we're doing it next week where I can refute you. You now people are gonna have this memory of you shitting on me for 7 months.
I just pissed myself.
Well, good. You deserve it. I hope you got some leakage.
I didn't actually.
Who's
but I
taking us
nearly
home?
did.
You or me? I don't remember anymore.
I don't care.
We
You take us
just
home.
did 3 series in a row, like 3 episodes.
All right, I'll take us home.
7
Thank
days.
you for listening to the Glacially Musical Podcast. We appreciate you joining us. The fact that there are 1,000 million billion podcasts in the world, and that you have listened to us. And Keefy is not Ryan Reynolds, and I am not Will Ferrell, and you're still here is amazing. And we love you, and we appreciate you for that. If you could please tell one friend, give us 1 star review, give us 1 share. That would be the greatest thing in the world, because the algorithm is a bastard, and we are fighting it daily. So, thank you. Please help. With that being said, this has been the Glacially Musical Podcast. It does not play in Peoria, but I'm going to Bloomington, fucking Illinois, which is next to Peoria, in 3 weeks.
Space rock.
Nope, you already. Nope.
No, I tried. You got to give me some credit. I tried. Bye, y'all.